What up? What up? What are you
A bit of a
laughing
glitchy
at?
start there tonight. I don't. Okay, there we are, folks. It's.
What are you laughing at right now?
I don't know. My video was glitching out. I don't know if that was you guys on your end too, but that just seemed kind of indicative of tonight's game. It's James Black here, producer James, along with Drew Dekes. This is the Habs Tonight Post. Was that?
Represent. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Cut off your intro. Terrible co-host. Terrible co-host.
Well, usually you get to do the intros. I just felt fired up.
I could pass.
Well, it's the Habs Tonight post game show. That was game 2, the Montreal Canadiens at the Tampa Bay Lightning, and we lost again. It was Lightning hold court. They keep the home serve. Hey, it's playoff hockey, baby. This stuff happens. We're going back to the Bell Center to play in front of like a couple fans. Still a lot to be encouraged about. So you know what? We decided we're going to take a positive tone tonight. Habs activity rules the night. There's a lot to take away from the game that was positive, especially looking at game 1 and what happened there versus game 2. Steps in the right direction. We just, things happen. So let's focus on the positives. Where do we start here?
Yeah, well, this is why Habsativity, I think, was invented on our channel, because it's a time where you want to be so negative right now because you're just thinking all the worst thoughts. You're thinking all the worst thoughts after this game. And I get it. I totally get it. This is really when you see who people are as fans. This is when you see what your view really is of this team. And I, from the beginning of this playoff run, man, honestly, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't think I put my quote money on the Leafs in 7. That's where I started. And over time, like we were going by what we were seeing though. Like if you look at the end of the season, it was a really, really up and down season. And now we're in the Stanley Cup final.
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't really make sense if you look at it on paper. And that's why when you get to this point, you got to remember where you are. Like we're in the Stanley Cup final. So I know we're down 2-0. I know that it's easy to be discouraged, but we beat ourselves. We beat ourselves in this game, man. Like we missed our opportunities early in the game. We could have been up 2-0, 3-0. Suzuki, Toffoli had chances. Caulfield had chances. The fourth line was great again. Like just chances after chances. And it looks like my camera wanted to take a fart on me here. So if you can still hear me, I am still here, folks. Somebody's not happy with me.
Yeah,
but we'll try again.
Oh, there we go.
Camera. Oh, hello. This is not the right camera. This is we're live, so whatever. We're gonna go with this.
Still sound good. Audio is 90% of it. So
here, I can tilt the camera a little bit.
Yeah, it's almost the same.
But I didn't even get to finish my point. My point was,
go ahead.
And I'll get back to my good camera in a minute. But my point was, like, I'm not delusional. I'm not delusional at all. But I do think that this is now up to the Canadiens to reverse the narrative of this series, going back to Montreal. And it starts with that first win, a much, much better game in game 2 from them. And if they get this next win, like they tie it up 2-2, how do you predict a winner in that series if we're able to battle back and tie the series? So I think you got to look at that and get back to the Bell Center. We're bummed out that we didn't get the extra fans in the building. And that certainly sucks, right? So I think the Canadiens will be even more motivated. And the fans sounded really loud at the end of the Vegas series too. So there's a lot of key factors to why Montreal can absolutely come back in this series. And it starts with, like, they beat themselves tonight. Like, you know what I mean? They will be the first ones to tell you that they were the better team. They were the better team in this game, Montreal, by far. By far. We were out shooting them, what was it, like 29-8 at one point? Like we were peppering Vasilevsky. We have to get pucks past Vasilevsky early in the game. That's what we need to do. We need to get a couple past him early.
Yeah, I mean, the early narrative in the game was the cycle versus, opportunistic play of the Canadiens. So we didn't see, I mean, the Lightning goals were not off really set plays or cycles. They were, again, the first one was a flub job. And the other two were sort of Canadian-ish goals, if you want to put it that way, just off of broken plays or weird stuff happening. The Coleman goal, I mean, that's just unfortunate. That was proof positive. Kids, if Don Cherry's on tonight, he'd say, hey, kids, you got to play full 20 minutes, not 19 minutes and 59 seconds, because that's when they actually officially scored the goal. But, before that, there was a bit of a breakdown. It just looked like guys were tired or whatever. And yeah, it's just, on this stage, it looks bad, but that second period was, other than that money in the bank, like there's just a
Beautiful
complete
period
domination.
hockey. Beautiful.
Jeez, it was so good. And there's a lot to take away from the first. The penalty kill in the first was wicked too. I mean, we killed in the 2 really tough penalties. Armia, welcome back, right where he belongs on that fourth line. He looked totally at home. I mean, he had 1 penalty on himself there. That was, but who cares? Like it looked good. Everything the pieces looked like they were there to win the game tonight. And when you give up chances, when you give up late goals and periods, when you turn the puck over behind your net, just little mistakes that this team at the Lightning will rip you apart on. And that's just what happened tonight. So, but again, the body work was pretty good. Almost the full body work is something you can take into the next game and build on other than the mistakes. And hopefully that's what they do. And just about the crowd thing, I know there's a lot of comments and people are going to mention it. It's like, I just want to say, I personally think it's fucking bullshit. Like I think that you gotta, I don't know. I'm not in public health, but at this point we've made the point over the pregame shows, postgame shows. You're letting tens of thousands of people gather outside. Just let them in, pay for the tickets, buy some beers, enjoy a hockey game. After all this bullshit with COVID, you finally have a team and it's in a country that's been hit hard by this. We're turning the corner. I don't want to get political, but let the people watch a fucking hockey game. I'm sorry. I don't think you don't like it when I swear, but
Dude,
you know what?
You're not the only one who swears.
I just think like it's late night. So, and I'm just frustrated that, public health authorities and the government and stuff can't just agree that sometimes the wellness of a community comes down to like, let's just gather and watch some hockey, have some beers and cheer on a Canadian team in the Stanley Cup Finals for the first time in 10 years. That's all. That's my rant for the evening. Tonight, we will take callers live at habstonight.com. We are more than happy to talk about the game, what you saw. Obviously, we're going to want to talk about, are there going to be lineup changes? I think we can talk about speculation around Dominic Ducharme as he come back. There's a lot of things that, at least I think, give me hope that we still have a series here. I wouldn't throw in the towel. I don't think we should be overly, fatalistic about this. This is going to be a tough challenge, but you know what? I think what we saw tonight was a team that if they get a few breaks, put the pieces together, plays hard as they did tonight, we're still in it. We're still in it 100%. So that's my hope. Anything else that broke, came down, in your mind, Drew, that you think are the key takeaways heading into next game, the proof positives that, the coaching staff will emphasize to the team? You talk about shots. Vasilevsky was, a brick wall tonight, but, with shot selection with 43 some odd shots tonight, were they putting pucks in the right spots? Was he just being insanely good and stopping everything? Like, is there anything you saw there that maybe we should dissect?
Well, I think when Suzuki, I think it was early in the first period, got a good chance coming down and he went to the backhand and was stopped. Suzuki's typically a shooter when he's on breakaways or 2-on-1s, odd man rushes. So I would have liked to see him shoot there. Maybe he didn't like the angle he had. So he felt like, if you're going to beat Vasilevsky, maybe you have to deke past him. And it wasn't a bad move. But I think typically Suzuki shoots there. So I think there's just, everyone's kind of shooting high on Vasilevsky right now, and he's stopping them, right? So if you even look at Suzuki's goal on the power play, it was just one of those whip it on net. It was along the ice. It was along the ice. And Sherratt's goal in game 1, along the ice. So I'm not saying that's the only way you got to beat him. I just think you have to beat him earlier and make him guess himself a little bit. So big shout out to Big D, Derek Weiss, repping I'm repping the Habs Tonight gear. So might as well throw this out now, guys. If you want to grab some Habs Tonight gear, I know it was a tough loss tonight, and not a lot of you may want to come and talk about a game that we'd rather forget again. But check us out, habstonight.net. If you want to pick up your Habs Tonight gear.
Eric, if you're watching right now and you want to come on and you got your new hat or whatever, you should come on and show it off, because I bet you it looks perfectly good. And
it's some sexy merchandise, man.
It looks good. Dale Weiss got his. Go to his social media. He'll show it to you. And he got a nice, fresh looking white hat. and a gray hoodie with the big fat Habs Night logo on it.
This logo is amazing. Like, I'm really proud of the work you guys did.
Looks good. Looks good. Look, our pitch to you guys watching is you don't have to buy a shirt or nothing like that. But if you really want to represent in the off season, are you going to go buy a shirtsy? Or are you going to go after you buy your jersey with the official patch? You should be wearing a Habs Night shirt underneath, or when you go to the bar, go hang out at the beach. We got tank tops. It just, it shows that you're like taking it to the next level fandom. I feel like, because you're watching these pre-games, you're watching the post-games, you're talking to us, you're going on these chats. I don't know. When this whole season's done, come win, lose, the biggest thing I'll have as a memory is what we've done here in Habs tonight. Honestly, 100%. It's just been awesome. We've talked a lot about that. So, and we'll bring on a few guests tonight. I know Danny wants to come on and talk about the game for a minute. We're gonna go through callers fairly quickly tonight, because I know we're gonna have a few, and we don't want to get too down in the dumps here. But Danny, give us one positive and one thing we got to change here in the next game.
Well, we have to get more traffic in front of Vasi. He will kill us. He'll stop every shot that we're taking. We have 40-something shots, but they weren't all that difficult, right? So we need more traffic in front of the net, whether it's our guys, and their guys along with it, because he's too good. He's way too good. He's a big goalie. You're going to try, hard to beat him up high over the shoulder. He's, all he does that, and that's it. He covers the crossbar, right? So it has to be one of those crappy goals, bounces, deflections, dirty goal. Has to be dirty goals, right? Other than that is, we made a few mistakes, and that Sherrod mistake, like I think he tried to play the puck with instead of taking the man, he tried to go for the poke check on the puck. He missed it. The guy went around him and he scored. That's
on the Coleman goal. You mean on the Coleman?
Yeah. That was like
there's two breakdowns on that. The breakdown at mid ice, and I look like Deneau just kind of.
But if you look at it, his Sherrod could have contained that altogether. All he had to do is just skate back a little bit and just take the man coming to him. Just take the man, absorb the man. The puck would have gone by him, and that's it. It wouldn't. But these are things like, you see like they say, it's split second, right? It's a split second decision, and then the Emerson, I don't know why he played it back like that. He just should have just shot it around the boards, and that's a 3-1 goal, but that's not the worst goal. I think the worst goal was the late one. That made it 2-1. That was like, we were playing really well at that point, right? Like you said, we were out shooting them like 29-8. That's a tough. The only good thing that comes out of this game, so we can play with them. We can play with them, and they know it now. Because up to 2 periods, we were the better team. But
we played great in the third. I mean, we played pretty good in the third too. I would even say, okay, again, positive coming off that late second period goal. I mean, the team actually showed up in the third, trying to give themselves a shot here, and that could have been a mental breaker for them, and they could have just been like,
Suzuki had a great game. He bounced back, which got no doubt. Suzuki's like, he has a lot of character, that kid, right? He had like 8 shots on net tonight. It was like,
he bounced back for sure, right?
That was a good bounce back game from him. He's only going to get better, right? So like, he's definitely not scared or anything like of them, right? Like he's in there. He's in there with Kucherov too in the boards. You can see him like, he's battling, right? It's huge experience for him. Every game is going to get, all these guys in Tampa, they were where Suzuki was at one point too. They're not that old, right? They're not like, 28, 29, 30. They're like, they're like.
Think about all the times the Lightning lost tough playoff series, and we're not admitting loss. I'm just saying they've had to beat adversity, and it builds character. And there's a macro view here that like these valuable experience. It's the Romanov case now, where it's like, got to give these guys some reps if they're going to be on the team long term. But
I would like to see Romanov in just to get him some cycles, right? Like just to get him, I think he deserved it the way he played in the later stretches of the season, right? Like they just to give him a taste, because it's good for him. It's good for his building up the experience and stuff, right? But I don't think I don't know if you guys are gonna hate me by saying this, but I don't think Price looked too, on those few goals too. Like it's like both goalies in the first few goals, they were like shitty goals. Like I don't know, Vasilevsky was even worse. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he thought Perry was gonna tip it high, but that was just a rolling puck that went right through his legs, right? It was like.
The first Price one, he
missed. It was screened. We have 5 guys.
Yeah. But I want to ask Dekes. Dekes, did you think that the commentators were saying that Merrill was getting in the way and he should just know better to just clear and let him make the save? Like, did you agree with that? Or was
I mean, like Merrill or Armia, I think they were saying could have just either block it or get out of the way.
It went through Merrill's legs. If you look at it, it went right through his legs. Right.
Yeah, he tried to block it.
He tried to block it. He couldn't close his legs quick enough. So it's like it is hard, It's a split second, but
I don't blame Carey Price though on any of those goals. I don't think he let in a bad goal tonight. Personally.
I think the first goal was I think it was 3 guys of our 3 guys were 3 of ours and 2 of them in front of the net. Totally. So it comes down to that, right? So you're going in front of the net. Somebody has to take you. So somebody has to take you or leave you alone. They're not going to leave you alone. So somebody has to take you. There's 2 people. So if you get 2 of our guys in front of the net, there's going to be 4 people in there, right? So and they're scoring like that. You notice they're just shooting at pucks from anywhere with traffic in front because they know that these 2 goalies are too good. They see it. There's no way they're going to let it. Price will never let that in from the blue line the way it went in, right? But it's
okay. Well, Danny,
we don't want to give too much. Sorry, James. I just want to say Vasilevsky's good. Carey Price is just as good, if not better. We don't we need to I'm not saying don't respect Vasilevsky, but we're giving him too much respect.
Yeah,
exactly. We can beat this guy, man. It's 2 quick goals. And then boom, he's questioning things.
We have to get in front of, block his eyes, right? We have to make it hard on him, right? It's too easy. He sees the puck from the blue line, too clean. You're never going to.
I think we got to just beat him clean once. Just beat him clean once, whether there's a guy in front or not. You can beat him. This is hockey. Anybody can be beat. Beat him clean once, and then just get rolling from there. And I think you got to shoot low on him too, a little bit too. So.
Yeah. So
and get in front of them. I agree with that.
It's a good game in the sense in the locker room they're going to probably be saying, "Hey guys, 2 periods we were outplaying them." That's the positive right there. That's the positive they take away from this game. And a few shots would have gone in early, a couple of good bounces, maybe would have been a different game for sure, right? But
it absolutely would have.
Tampa was totally think about it. Stamkos wasn't even in the picture tonight.
I didn't even notice him.
Kucherov, just a little bit, nothing dangerous. Point, a couple, 1 or 2 rushes, that's it. But there wasn't free lancing through center ice like they did in game 1. I think, we did a good job, closing the holes, right? And, I know that the coaching staff will have him ready even better for next game, right?
We're going to get a coach back too.
That will be a boost for sure. Ducharme will be back. That will be a boost for sure. But and it's in their heads now that they can play. Especially in the younger kids, they can say, "Hey, look, we can play. We played and competed. That game could have gone to us easily, right? 1 bounce could have been 2-1 for us. But
we beat ourselves. It's very, very clear we beat ourselves in this game, and that's correctable even more so than game 1.
Yeah, be a huge game. Game 3, a huge game. This was a huge game, but game 3 is the pivot game, right?
Yeah, this is the pivot game.
We have to win game 3. We have to. It'll be even tough. It'll be tough going back to if we can manage to win both games in Montreal. It's Tampa's not going to lay down and die, right? They're gonna give it to us. Harder, but it'll be tough. We have that's the third game will be the pivotal game, right? We have to win that game.
Oh, it's must win for sure. Yeah, it's must
Yep.
win. Danny,
So-
we got a bunch of callers here. I want to get through them tonight. So
Thanks, guys, for having
as
me.
always, buddy, thanks for calling in and keep the faith. We go back to the Bell Center, and we get a shot at getting this thing back on track. So thanks
Sure,
again, buddy, and
Okay.
keep your head up.
Take
All
care.
right.
Yeah.
All right,
Cheers.
Bye.
All right, I'm gonna bring Damon, if you don't mind, I'm gonna bring Adam on because Adam is phoning from Jordan, and he phoned on the pregame show, and I think the sun's probably rising in Jordan right now. And I've actually been, me personally, I've been close to Jordan. I've been in the Dead Sea, and I've seen Jordan from Israel, but I've not been to Jordan. So, pleasure to talk to you, Adam. How you doing?
Pleasure to talk to you, Drew. Pleasure to talk to you, Producer James. How are you doing?
Good, buddy. So you
Optimistic.
you made it through the game. How did
I made it through the game. Yeah, I did.
What are you thinking about?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you well.
Thoughts and feelings.
My thoughts on the game. I really can't blame Pricey on those goals. Two of the goals were like unlucky bounces and shots from the Bolts, but the third goal, I mean, it's clearly a miscommunication from the D. I mean, those small mistakes, Tampa's going to punish us, clearly. And they've been punishing teams all year long, this year and last year too in the bubble. And so the key to winning at least game 3 for the Habs is to play smartly, play to our strength, and just not giving Tampa any opportunities. I know it's a cliche, but that's what we got to do. And I feel like we took a lot of shots, but we're lacking that that quality of shot to get it in the back of the net. And unless we get that from that offensive power from all 4 lines and our D, and that we play smartly within our system that we used so perfectly against Toronto, Winnipeg, and Vegas, we won't have a chance to win 4 out of 5. But we're keeping the faith here. It's clear that no disrespect to Jake Evans here, but Joel Armia slots perfectly on that so-called 4th line with Corey Perry and Eric Stahl. And so, small changes have to be made to the system. Maybe, changing out Gustafsson or Merrill for, Kulak or Romanov. That might give us, the physical advantage, maybe. And other than that, I feel the Habs played a better game than game 1. We played to our strength, breakaways and 2-on-1s, and I feel that's the way we got to beat Vasi, and not try to be too technical. Just like Danny said, try to get those sweaty goals, try to beat Vasi, get in his head, get in the Tampa's head. And I feel like the boys have been doing a good job, especially Anderson and Perry. Like they've gotten into Tampa's head and making them take bad penalties.
Yeah.
So that's my thought on the game.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Going into Montreal, I mean, again, I think they played a good game. Just the mistakes. And how do you say to your team, or I don't know, like this is again a Dale question. How do you go to your team and say, all right, don't make shitty mistakes and that kill your team? Just maybe it was just it was a high paced game. Maybe there's just the guys were getting tired. I don't know what leads people to make those mental mistakes, and maybe it's just experience, and maybe it's just being on that stage for the second time for Tampa, being able to not have those errors. Because I mean, we've been feasting on teams that make those errors ourselves, and we're losing that deficit now. We're at a deficit from an error comparison, if you want to put that into some I don't know if there's an advanced stat on that, but did everything else right, finishing checks, taking shots, goalie was playing pretty good, and
exactly. Well, I feel that what we didn't do well enough was put the puck in the back of the net and not make those costly mistakes. And I feel like there's no need for the coaching staff to go in and tell their players, you not make any of those shitty mistakes, because I watched the post game interview by Shea and Paul Byron. They were clearly aware of the defensive mistakes, and the guys who made the mistakes got their heads down and tried to play the best. And kudos to Mark Bergevin again. He built a team that he felt was going to do well. Unfortunately, Tampa is, I'll just be honest with myself, is a way better belt team, and that's part because of their 18 million above the cap. But we won't get into that because it's it's NHL rules and it's perfectly legal, so we won't get into that. But yeah, it's clearly a Cinderella story for the Habs. No one, even most of the Habs fans, didn't pick the Habs to beat the Leafs, the Jets, or Vegas. And it's a nice experience for younger fans like me, and maybe a little older fans who were there in '93 and were able to experience that the beauty of winning the cup.
Yeah. Well, we're still in it, guys. Don't
exactly
don't throw in the towel just yet.
And I'm optimistic because the team is young. Our best players tonight, Suzuki, Toffoli, Caulfield, they're here for a long time. They're here to stay. And Caulfield, it's crazy to think about it, but Caulfield's practice for his rookie season is the Stanley Cup Final. So that's going to play a huge part on his game next year, and hopefully Calder or Caulfield, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Huge imprint on these guys going forward. Adam, you got to go get some rest before you go to work. I think you got a shift at 10 apparently. So well, I look forward to being out in that part of the world again very soon. And
thanks for having me, guys. Let's keep our heads up.
Absolutely. Good message. Positivity right there.
That's right.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
All right.
Cheers, Adam.
Have a good day.
This comment. Yeah. Suzuki has no ceiling. Thanks, Adam. Ian Patterson. Yes.
There he is.
Ian, you're back.
No more worry about Ian. We were worried about him.
Worried.
Haven't heard from you in a
put
while.
The APB out on our Habs Tonight chat. Where's Ian been at? And so glad to see. And that's a great comment because Suzuki had a great, perfect guy to kind of take what happened in game one and reverse course and play way better. It was basically him and the fourth line that were the positives. If you could hand out team stars, they all get stars tonight. They really shown, and Galley had moments of just,
he just has to get that. He was very close to putting one in tonight. Galley was. And,
he wants it so bad.
Right on the doorstep, and that's all it's going to take. It's just when we break through, which we will in Game 3, I believe. I really believe we will in Game 3. That's what it's going to take. It's just that first team confidence win to get through. But Tampa's hard. They're a good team for a reason. They just they can play any way you want to. That's kind of what Bergevin said about the Habs before the season started. We can play any way you want. We mean business, blah, blah, blah. But Tampa is very comfortable. I love Victor Hedman. I can't help it. The guy's just you didn't even really notice him that much tonight. That's a good thing. You noticed him a lot more in game one, a lot really physical. But Victor Hedman is just a solid defenseman, just so even keel at the end of the game. Not overly excited, just kind of, acknowledging the guys as they come off the ice. I got to respect the opponent too. If you're going to win, you got to respect the opponent a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Except for maybe Mikhail Sergachev.
He's a plug, but yeah.
He's been a dick. But yeah, other than that, he's a good player. I'm sure if he was on our team, we'd love him. Okay, Damon, how you doing?
Hey guys, how are you?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, exactly.
I agree with your comment about Sergachev, though. He was really the ICK. What he did to Gallagher last game, I just gotta say, in this game, he was really getting under our skin.
Yeah, maybe, but I think he took out Lehkonen. And then it was pretty obvious we were going to score there too. It was okay, after missing the first couple power play opportunities, after knocking Lecky down, who's been just a huge force for the Habs playing on the first line. Who predicted Arturi Lehkonen being on the first line with the Montreal Canadiens in the playoffs? Nobody. And Sergachev takes him down. And Danault took Danault got a clean hit on him late in the game. Galley had that hit on him, which looked like injured Sergachev, but obviously he was fine. I don't wish an injury on a guy, but a good couple hard hits on him. He's feeling it after this game. I guarantee it.
Yeah, I have a question. Like, when Danault laid that big hit, I thought, okay, that's gonna like be a good hit. But do you think that those flares, like, there's I wouldn't say a full line brawl after, but there was definitely a scrum where Cirelli lost his helmet and Danault lost his helmet. Do you think those flares are going to continue into game 3?
I don't think so. Momentum doesn't carry game to game. I don't know why people think that. I never really see that. It's a brand new game in the playoffs. You have to put the last game behind you. You just can't think about it. So, the Habs, like, obviously clearly were frustrated at the end. Kotkaniemi, doing the kind of the same thing as the end of game 1. You're frustrated. You're giving guys extra whacks, extra shoves. I hate that. I don't hate that stuff, but I understand it. It's just human emotion. But you don't want to go back to that stuff. You want to get some early goals in the first period of Vasilevsky. You got to think about nothing but getting pucks past that guy. And whether it takes a whole game, you got to win game 3. It doesn't matter about any of this extracurricular garbage right now.
Yeah. The thing I think with Vasilevsky right now is I feel that he's definitely a great goalie, but I think he's getting a little too much respect. And also, one thing
that's what I said. Yeah.
I really agree with your point. Yeah, like, the thing I noticed with Vasilevsky right now is also he's getting more help from his defense, and the Price is getting help from his defense in this playoffs. Especially, like, I noticed any offensive chance we get, they all literally collapse pretty much to build a wall around the net. Like, that's part of the reason, like, why we couldn't get in front of the net. I remember Sherrod had the chance where it bounced off a stick, but they literally built a wall around the net with their players. And I'm just gonna say it's gonna be tough to beat, but I think the way to do it is to beat them glove side. I remembered in game 4 of the 2015 series when he was replaced Ben Bishop. All we did is we took slap shots glove side, and they just went in. And I think that's how we have to beat them. We have to go glove side.
Maybe. And when it comes to, like, the Sherrod, like, when it comes to Montreal having Tampa, in the offensive zone, like, I know what you're saying there in terms of the way that Tampa sets up their defense, but we got to bury our opportunities on 2-on-1s and breakaways, and because we keep getting those. That's the opportunistic offense we've had going the whole playoffs, and we haven't beat Vasilevsky on one of those clean breaks yet. So that's not the only way you got to score. We got to get that first goal. We got to get goals off the rush. So in terms of how we've played, I think we've played decently in front of Price, but I know what you mean in terms of when Tampa wants to lock it down, they do a good job of. I feel you on that, Damon, for sure. Yeah. But when it comes to off the rush, that's where we're gonna have to beat him too. We got to bury our chances. We've had opportunities in game 1. Weber had a breakaway, which I know it's Weber and he's not typically a sniper, but you got to bury those chances. Like, we aren't. When it comes to game 3, if those kind of opportunities come and we miss them again, then we're done. I got that. That's where you have to finish. And game 3, you got to finish.
And also the thing is with Montreal, that I agree with you, like your point earlier about Montreal trying to be too technical. I just think next game, just shoot the puck. Doesn't matter if it takes a bounce. Like, both of our goals this series have come off of weird rounds. So, like, Ben Sherrod scored the first goal off of ping pong. I don't know, not ping pong. It was like pinball goal on that Nick Suzuki. It was pretty much just like the saucer chip in front, and then it ended up beating Vasilevsky 5-hole. Like, I think the thing that Montreal needs to do is just get in his head. It's similar to what I'm pretty sure what Danny Boy was saying earlier about getting into his head. I think if we get into Vasilevsky's head and shatters conference, I think Montreal has a very good chance of coming back into the series. And the thing is, I noticed with Vasilevsky, also just watching film on him, I noticed when his confidence is shattered, it's really shattered. Like I'm not saying this guy can't stop a puck a mile per hour when his confidence is shattered, but when his confidence is shattered, we just have a good time, good chances of beating him. And the thing is, we just need to use our speed more. Like, we also need to. I think we need to use Paul Byron more. Like, I feel that he also just needs to. We need to get him more breakaway chances and that kind of stuff, and just take advantage off of Tampa Bay's changes. Like, they've beat us in the matchup games, and now with us being home, they'll submit their lineup first, and we might be able to win the matchup games and being able to put whoever we want on the ice to compete with them. And I think with us at home, I just have a feeling about Game 3. I don't want to jinx anything, but I think with our crowd, I know it's only 3,000 fans, but it should be more because, like, they can still socially distance with that many fans. They can still socially distance with 4,000 fans at least, but yeah, I think
you're making me angry talking about this, Damon.
Oh, sorry about that. Like, I'm in Ontario, and we're slowly reopening, but
Ontario's been brutal.
We can get haircuts today. We can get haircuts.
We don't have to get political, but it's embarrassing.
Yeah, it
It's
really
embarrassing.
is. Yeah.
We're way behind. Ontario is actually like I think the only province or area in North America specifically like you couldn't get a haircut. No, like
I'm
during
proof
the whole
positive.
pandemic.
I feel like I
Yeah.
haven't cut my hair since November.
Yeah, that I mean, we're not going to get political. We don't like to do that, but it is frustrating when it comes to the fan situation. However, that's another piece of adversity. All right, you don't want to give us the fans? Perfect. We'll win anyway.
Yeah.
You guys want your full building in Tampa? Excellent. We're going to beat you 2 games in a row. We're going to come back into your building and we're going to shake you in your boots, and you didn't expect it. That's how I'm taking it.
Yeah. And the thing I have to say about this is that teams don't win the cup without facing adversity, and Tampa hasn't really faced much adversity this playoffs. Like, the most adversity they faced, in my opinion, right now is Game 6 against the Islanders, and we've got to give them real adversity to face in the Stanley Cup playoffs right here. And also, I was just thinking a bit more about Merrill. Like, I noticed Merrill when he's played well, but I feel that Romanov, if we might switch him in for Merrill, I think he might give us more of the physical edge against Tampa, because I remember when Dale was on the show last time, we were talking about also beating Tampa Bay physically in the game. Romanov can throw the body around, and I think he could really get under the skin of Tampa the way Sergachev's gotten under the skin of our team.
That's a tough one for me. I don't know. Like, you got to be really sure about your lineup at this point. And I thought Gustafsson and Merrill were fine tonight. I thought they were playing. I could be wrong. I didn't check we're not stats guys, we always say, but I felt like Gustafsson was playing more early in the game, which I liked. Like Dale mentioned that in the post game in Game 1, where you got to get these guys more minutes and you have to get them into it more early, get them in the rhythm, because you can't rely solely on the top 4 defense core to contribute and help out. And I really feel like they've been okay. I didn't see anything tonight. I mean, I know that people can say whatever they want about the first goal, and Merrill could have blocked it or whatever. And any defenseman, any player could have had that happen to them. And I'm not going to pick apart one play and say you got to come out of the lineup. Like, you got to be really sure about bringing in Romanov at this point. He's played 1 game all playoffs. He's still a rookie, and I like him. I like him a lot. You got to be really sure if you're going to bring him in at this point, though.
So I do remember it against Vegas. He absolutely laid out the body on Pietrangelo in Game 1. I remember Pietrangelo was limping on the bench, and and I'm not saying like I'm a fan of injuring other teams' players, but I'm a fan of giving them good body checks. But like, if Romanov can do that to like someone like Kucherov or someone on Tampa and really punish them for just entering our zone and show them like you need to earn your ice here, I think that'll be a big boost for us if we can get him in Game 3 and get the crowd really into it.
Are we really relying on Romanov to, change the course of the series for us? Though, I mean, like, in all honesty, like,
that's kind of where, yeah.
I mean, I think if we lose the next game, heaven forbid, he comes in Game 4 and you get him some experience. Like, that's what you do, because then the odds are truly against you. But
then you bring in Tatar and Frolik and freaking, see if Ryan Paling's thumb is okay. No, I'm kidding. But
we didn't even mention Tatar. I know people brought him up. We'll save him for the next caller. But yeah, no, Damon, it's always worth investigating, because we've seen the pieces of him that get people excited. But again, if you top to bottom, this was a well played game. There was just 3 very specific points in the game which were just absolute backbreakers. I mean, the 2 second goal, the second and third goal, especially
the 2-1 goal.
The first one was karmic, because we got ours back on another kind of weird goal with Suzuki. But yes, I feel like we could go in with a very similar mentality and win a game. And then
I think Drew sums it up really well. Like, we beat ourselves.
Yeah.
I think this series should be 1-1 after this game, but I think we just like those 3 big mistakes, I just think costed us the game. And like, that's the beauty of hockey. Like, it can all come down to one play sometimes. Like, those 3 plays, like, I think we should have had them properly. Like, the last goal, of course, with Coleman. I don't know if any of you play the NHL series. Blake Coleman scored a Johnny Superb, man, if any of you remember those kind of goals.
No, I haven't played for a little while, to be honest.
Where you just sprawl out and you just wipe your stick.
And sprawl out, wipe your stick, in the shootout. But like, that was pretty much Blake Coleman's goal, and I can't blame Price on any of those goals. Like Price played his best today, and
no, leave Price out of it for now.
Yeah, the effort on Coleman's goal, like with the buzzer beater there, the effort alone was great. I mean, he just took a whack at it, tried to get something on it. You got to give him credit for that too. And if you look back at that play, I mean, I think Danny was saying how was it? He kind of put it on Sherratt there. I think you got to put it on Deneau there. To be honest, I think you have a few seconds left, and all you got to do is not get a shot on net and try to get the puck out, flip it up the ice. Like they had an opportunity there to get rid of that puck and not have it go back the other way. And I don't think Sherratt was the only one to be faulted for that.
No, yeah, like I think Deneau just could have easily held it along the boards, which just would have just killed off the time, in my opinion. But yeah, like that's the thing. Like there's just so many like different variables like with hockey, and I just think that like Deneau, he did play good most of the game, but like that's when you just either got to just dump it out of the zone because like he was past the center ice line, just dump it in the Tampa Bay zone or just hold it against the boards. Like
I just don't think he appreciated. Not that he didn't appreciate it, but I don't think he realized maybe like he wasn't intense enough maybe to get that puck out. I think he just was a little lackadaisical there, and that's what cost you. But yeah, I mean we've talked about it at length. Montreal come back for Game 3, and they'll right the ship. They're right there. This is the most adversity they've faced, and they handed Tampa the game, and they know that, and they're not going to be denied again in Game 3. I don't think.
Yeah. I just don't see Price losing another game. Like I can't see Price giving up 3 games in a row. Like I just think like this team's going to be very motivated next game, and I think we're going to come out with as much energy as possible.
We got to get some early goals.
Early goals, and beat Vass cleanly glove side.
Book it.
He's a robot from the future.
Yeah,
and those eyes too. Those eyes
from Back to the Future, or go to the Terminator movies and just build the Skynet time travel machine. What's going to happen?
We're going to pack a lot of theories here if we want to. It's getting late. Okay, Damon, I appreciate you calling in, and thanks again for the great insights as always.
Thank you. Have a great day, guys.
Yeah, you too.
Keep the positivity going.
Habsitivity.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. All right, Nicholas.
What's up, guys?
Nick, you got a haircut since the last time we saw you.
Were you one of the first Ontarians to get a haircut today?
No, my mom did it. She cut it.
Right. Where's
your
mom?
Good mom. Nice work. My wife cuts my hair, man. It saves $500 a year. Best of it.
Best ever. I hope she's probably watching. I would never let my wife cut my hair. She's not. She's amazing at
shots fired.
Amazing at other like so many things.
You're going to the cottage tomorrow, and you can't start fights like this. Like, come on, James, you can't.
Well, that's
do that.
Okay. We're solid, but yeah, no. Nick, you look sharp. I'm sure you're a little upset, as you often are after a tough loss. But tell us where you're at. You've had a bit of time to process this. Do you feel like the effort was there tonight versus the first game, at least?
I mean, it was there, but we were just huffing and puffing. We couldn't blow the house down. That's basically what the game was.
Yes, our first three little reference on it.
Yep, that's literally what it was, though. That's actually what it was. That's what we've
quoted.
Yeah, I don't even like the first goal is just like it's just a shot from the point, just a wrist shot. Like there's nothing you can do about it. I know. Like I agree with you, Drew. Like, what are you supposed to do? Like block it, like get out of the way. Like no, okay. And then the other two
you're beating Carey Price the way you're supposed to.
Yeah,
not let him see the shot. Same with Vasilevsky.
They watch the tapes. Like that's basically it. I was listening. You said Tatar. You're talking about Tatar if he comes back in. For me, no.
I don't think he's in.
100% no.
No.
I'll make that. I'll vote a third. Yes, he won't come back. So I agree with you. That's what I'm trying to say. It's. You've got Evans. You can juggle line. You can mix. You can play wing, center, whatever. I mean, I don't know what the stick side stuff works out to the math there, if that even matters. But
here's a good comment for Nick.
Yeah, so keep huffing and puffing. But at the end of the day, I don't think you bring Tatar in at this point.
Good comment.
Yeah.
It's too. Yeah, this team is they played fine tonight. They played well. Actually, they played very well.
Honestly, I said before that that was their best game, like one of their best games, like this playoff. Like I think top 3 at least. As well, credit to Tampa as well. I was gonna say, but I totally forgot. Credit to Tampa, they capitalized on our stupidity, you could say. Also as well, hopefully can come back in Game 3 and win. I'm not like super confident like everyone else. And yeah,
I don't think anyone's saying be super confident. I just think you got to look at the body of work and say, like, this is actually this could be a close series. And no doubt next game is a must win. And obviously Tampa Bay is not sitting there going, we played a perfect game either. I mean,
I know.
they probably felt like they left.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah. So, yeah. But yeah, it's just one of those things where you got to, have fun with it while you got it. Well,
yeah, we're here. Yeah, we're here, and
still in the game.
Not only did no one ever say we were gonna be here, but we are here. So we got to try to find a way. Like it took until about what was it, game 4 or 5 with Vegas. I said to a Nick, I think they're gonna do this. Like I had no doubt in my mind that they were gonna get past Vegas at that point. And I don't know. I'm not stupid. Like I know how good Tampa is.
Yeah.
I just think that it's up to the Canadiens at this point, and whether or not the fans, the media believe, it doesn't matter. Tyler Toffoli said it really well, and he was right that it feels like no one believes in them. He's right.
I mean,
we haven't really believed in them as much as we would all have liked to. I that's not entirely true. I know 2 guys, maybe 3 people that have been really believing in them, and I haven't. I can't lie, but right now I'm not throwing in the towel whatsoever.
No one believed in the Kings in 2012. No one believed in St. Louis in, what was it, 2018, 2019. No one believed in them. They were like last place like half the season, and then they just kept winning and winning and winning. And yeah, so I mean, I know we're down 2-0, but it's I don't know. I'm still like just I don't know. You know what? I think we can do it. You know what?
Yeah, Nicholas is feeling it. It's getting late.
You're catching our groove here.
Yeah.
You're catching our groove here, man.
No.
See, I was so depressed, and then I came on here, and then you guys just like helped it out.
I mean,
That's
other
what
than the
show's
dumb
about,
mistakes or the tough mistakes, let's call them tough mistakes. So that, I will never say what someone does on the hockey rink is dumb when I haven't been on the ice myself doing this stuff. It's just tough. That stuff aside, because it does happen when there's so much pressure in the situation. Stuff like that can happen. We saw Marc-Andre Fleury make a really tough play.
Vezina winner.
Yeah, exactly. He just
it happens.
got some more hardware.
Yeah.
I think the body of work through 2 games this has the signals that this could be a close series and that this thing could turn around and be 2-2 coming back to Tampa. So that's if you deny that, if you say that's totally out of a shot, I don't think you watched any of this stuff, and it's just not fair to say it's over. So that's just the reality, I think, at least the way I see it. And but Nicholas, where do you? Sorry, I know you've mentioned it before. Where do you call from? You're in Ontario, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there's quite a few fans in Ontario as well that are, you know what? If the Bell Center opens up for a few more fans, we'll find a way to sneak over and get into the building if we can too. So.
Yeah.
I just can't believe it. But yeah, man. Any final thoughts before we head to our close for the evening?
Good luck in game 3.
Yeah, there we go. Love it. All right, Nick. Have a good night, man.
You
Good
too.
to see you, buddy.
Yep.
Thanks, man.
Keep up those haircuts, Mom. All right, there you go.
I need a haircut so bad.
I can see it coming down here. Is that normally a thing for you? Is it really that long usually?
No, I don't. If I work downtown Toronto. I work in finance. This has like been a little fun thing to do during COVID. I got the Don Draper hair and I got the job with the suit and stuff. Yeah, this is not like my, usual thing. So
I've seen your business shots. You look, you're pretty slick, man. Yeah. Your wife should be very happy.
Hopefully.
I don't know why I'm saying that, but whatever. Who cares?
Yeah, we'll do. We need material. We're like, I think one of the things that Habs tonight is we do so much content that sometimes we, and we talk so much about the Habs, we don't get into some of the personal stuff, but it does leak through from time to time. Yeah, we will. Yeah, we'll let you, the viewer, get to know us a bit better, especially over the summer as we get to Tom. Yeah, see, he's feeling my pain, you know.
The mullet
But
is real.
the mullet is real.
The John Merrill look.
Yeah, Elliot Friedman, holy shit. He first came out with the beard, so the bubble beard was insane. And now his hair is all fucked because it's like kind of balding, but it's long. It's
just keep it simple, Elliot. Like, stop trying to, get the attention that you don't really need.
He just seems like
he's
a
funny.
nice guy.
He's a character. I know. I've bumped into him a couple times, and he's a good dude. He's solid.
I love all those old Sportsnet guys, or not Sportsnet. Sorry, the Score guys. They're all great. That whole crew.
Like the original crew,
like the OG, like Sid Seixeiro and
yeah.
Some of them have moved to Vancouver. Like I think Sobolski, was he Score or was he TSN?
James is TSN,
yeah, he's funny.
Yeah,
guy.
Man, the Habs. It's funny. Like I usually try not to. I try to be as honest as I can be, and everybody that thinks I don't think there's hockey experts, by the way. I don't think that there's. When it comes to broadcasters, analysts, Bob McKenzie is the most well-known, I think, hockey mind in the world. Like when it comes to being an analyst or an insider, he's the original insider. And he hates predictions. He absolutely hates them. And that's a lot coming from a guy like him who's watched a lot of hockey in his time. And the only reason I'm being positive right now is because I think there's good reason to be, especially like you said, James, tonight, based on the body of work. They took leaps and bounds from game one. Game one, didn't look pretty. And same with Vegas, game one. Then game two, we came back, we got that win. We should have won tonight. We should have won. But this is how hard it is to win hockey games, especially in the playoffs and especially in the Stanley Cup Finals. But that's why I think I'm still encouraged. I mean, if the worst happens in game three, okay, you can slowly start to reach for the panic button. However, I'm not ready to do that. I'm just not ready to do that. And I really think that in game three, in front of our home fans with the masses of people all throughout the city, there's going to be tons of watch parties set up. Montreal's going out of their way to create as many watch parties for people, which is why, the whole building attendance thing doesn't make any sense, but another piece of adversity. But I really think the Canadiens, it's up to them. It's up to the players, and it's been up to them to prove to themselves and then to the fans why we should believe in them or not. It's up to us, but it's up to them first is what I'm getting at. And I think that they're going to have the final say in who wins this series, and it's up to the Montreal Canadiens, man. They have it in them to make this a dogfight. I just really believe that.
Yeah. And I've also enjoyed watching the games. I mean, I just feel like as stressful as it can be.
Yeah.
It was a very enjoyable game to watch. So was the first game. I thought it slipped away pretty quick there in the third, but it's been fun to let's think about even a year ago. We didn't have hockey. You know what I'm saying? There was no hockey, and now don't take for granted that we just get to watch hockey now and with people in arenas and how much has changed in that time. Yeah. And so just be thankful. And I'm a big basketball fan, as you might know, and I just watching, I haven't watched a lot because of what we've been doing here at Habs tonight, but anything can happen in sports. The Phoenix Suns are going to the NBA Finals. And no one had them in the finals. I promise you, they were not a pick, right? It was the Lakers. It was, from the West, it was probably going to be the Lakers, the Clippers. And now you got Chris Paul, 36 years old, almost as old as me, scored 38 points tonight. And now the Suns are in the finals. And to me, it just goes sports always surprises and delights and gives you reasons to just not ever think anything's for certain. So that's where I'm taking that positivity tonight.
Very good, very honest, true point.
Here we go. So we'll take a basketball example, and then we'll take it to hockey. I don't think Suns were ever down 0-2 in the series, but they were challenged. So all to say before we sign off for the night, we're gonna be back. I know there's gonna be some juggling with our own lineup over the next few days because some people are camping and going to the lake and whatever. This is the challenge of doing a hockey show in July, I guess.
To Canada Day tomorrow. So
yeah. And happy Canada Day.
Yeah. Actually, it's 12:01. It's officially Canada Day.
Hey, happy Canada Day. You know
happy
what?
Canada Day, viewers, Habs tonight, and everyone from everywhere, wherever you're from. So,
Exactly. And we know that this is a more of a muted Canada Day, but we're not, again, getting political. We just want to wish everyone a happy Canada Day, because, we are proud Canadians and we are proud of everyone that's part of our country, and certainly have respect for all the people that have got us to where we are today, but also, acknowledging all the things that aren't perfect about Canada too. So, and one of those things that is perfect about Canada is hockey. We love hockey and we're so proud to have it. And we're so glad that's part of our culture. And again, not to get mushy, but man, I just fucking wish we could put 30 or 20,000 people, 22,000 people in the Bell Center, get some Molson exports going, and have just a proper fucking hockey game. That's just where I wish we were at. But
yeah, I hear you. But
Yeah.
you know what? My thing too, because we mentioned Canada Day, I know we're kind of touching on what happened with the Indigenous community, and I want to bring this up because Carey Price, I really think like there's so much good that could come of the Canadians winning this Stanley Cup. Carey Price, being of Indigenous descent, of course, and his mom getting reelected as chief the other night, and before Game 1 puck drop, like just watching the opening montage, and I actually got choked up. It actually choked me up when I saw his mom, and just how he talked about her in the post game after they beat Vegas and we're off to the Stanley Cup final. And we know the sins of this country, like what happened. There's no hiding it, and there's no reason not to acknowledge it. And we're not going to get too deep into it. I just think that we can't be afraid to say what we think sometimes. And I just really hope for the Indigenous peoples that we grieve properly for them, and that we love them, and they helped found our country and everything. And I think Carey Price being at the center of the Stanley Cup right now, a win for the Montreal Canadiens would be a win for the Indigenous community. I really believe that would be something truly special to be proud of, and even more so as a Canadian too.
Yeah. Well said. I mean, he's he's got a lot to be proud of, and his heritage is probably the number one thing. So that's fantastic. We'll leave it on that note. Again, celebrate the day responsibly. Hopefully you're with friends and family throughout it. And take a moment if you do to check out some resources or whatever you can to just gain some awareness or insight into what's going on. But again, we wave the flag here at Habs tonight. We wave the Canadian flag, but we also wave the flag of the Canadians, and we wave the flag of Habs tonight, which is something you can do if you want. I'm not going to end the show on a sales pitch. I'll just say subscribe if you want to keep following us. And hit that like button if you enjoyed what you heard tonight, or if you didn't like it, hit that down button with the thumbs down. We don't, you know what? You
tell us what you really think.
Yeah, that's okay. I see some
honest.
comments, and some people have opinions, and it's a free country. That's part of the great thing.
It's a free country. That's a beauty. Yeah, like that's the other thing too. And follow us on social media too, guys.
Just don't be a dick. You know what? Other than that, we love you. Be a good. If you're gonna be a hater, just be a fun hater. You know what I'm saying? And if you're gonna be don't be a sore winner when you win, and don't be a shitty loser when you lose. Just
and
enjoy
if
being
you
a
are,
fan.
we're gonna kill you with kindness, and then you're gonna be left with yourself and your own misery, and you'll have to be the one to decide to change.
Harsh.
It's just honest. There's no reason to hate, and the internet's got enough of it. So that's why we're not about that. And that's our whole thing, Habsitivity, and just creating a community that everyone can be a part of. That's the whole thing about this show. It's Habs centered, but it's hockey centered at the end of it also. And every viewer that's watching still, we just want to thank you as always. I'll be taking a couple of post games off, so I won't be around much the next couple of games. But I'll certainly be nearby cheering the Habs on, and I'll have a huge smile on my face watching this show after a post game win. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yep. Yeah, and I'll have hopefully a couple of drinks, and we'll just have fun to
enjoy the summer, man.
Just
this
enjoy
is
the summer. Yeah, wherever you are. I'm James Black. I'm with Drew Dekes tonight. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you before Game 3, maybe even before with the Crushing Cans episode. But lots more content coming up. Just subscribe, follow, make sure you know what's going on here at Habs tonight. We like to bring on the fans. We like you to be involved. And until further, happy Canada Day. Enjoy the next game, and we'll talk to you soon.
It's believable.
Believe.